Welcome back to the channel. Time to do an update of the best cards for each position in Hockey Ultimate Team, leading up into Team of the Year. Now, to be clear, this is more meant to be a guide and not an end-all, be-all ranking in terms of whatever the best cards are, because some cards might play good for you and bad for me, and vice versa. I also want to point out that I've done one of these lists multiple times in every single game. This might be the first time that at almost every position, there was like 7 players I could have put there. So I think instead of doing like a 1 through 4 at each position, I'm just going to be like, here are the top right-handed wingers, for example. I'm also not going to include the fantasy cards because they're extremely difficult to get. So like Doughty and whatnot are left off the list. Let's hop into it. We're going to start with center because this is, in my opinion, the weakest all-around position. There are very few cards that are big, fast, and a great face-off rating. So a lot of these guys have 2 of the 3. And we'll start first with Saku Koivu. He's got gold quick draw and 95 face-offs with the ability to get defensive boost, which would max it out. His speed and acceleration at 92 is good. However, he's got an abysmal shot. He's a fan favorite, so I understand. Now, I know a lot of players wouldn't have access to this card because you would have picked someone else from the holiday pack. So if you weren't able to get Saku Koivu or didn't go with him, my number 4 would be Joe Sakic from the captain's event. He's got sniper forward as well as shooting boost, can get defensive boost, which would max out his face-off rating. He's got 93 speed and excel with 91 agility and a much better shot. He can almost max out his wrist shot power and accuracy. He's got good abilities as well, just lacks gold quick draw. Him or Messier, to be honest, would be a good alternative. Next up among my top 4 centermen is the 88 HUT champs Eric Lindros. He's been my number 1 center now for a couple weeks. Power forward is pretty tough to activate, so it's kind of a useless synergy in this aspect, but shooting boost gets his shot into the 90s. He's got gold unstoppable force, and he's 6'4", 240. He never loses the puck. Silver quick draw and elite edges at 90 face-off. As long as you are half decent on the draws, I rarely lose face-offs with Lindros. Just an all-around, like, perfect centerman build. He just isn't as fast as some of the other options, and his face-off rating is capped out at 90 overall. I have moved Gretzky and Lemieux around from wing to center, back to wing a number of times, but I've used Gretzky at center long enough now to confidently say he's among the best centermen currently in the game and better used at center than on the wing. 94 speed and excel, 98 agility, can also get defensive boost, which gets his face-off rating up to 97, gold unstoppable force, as well as edges, a maxed out shot and hand stats, still one of the best cards in the game. And I think while his skating and everything is very, very good down the wing, there are a lot of really fast left-handed wingers, which we'll get to in a little bit, which is why I like playing him at center. At my number 1 center right now, we're just going to put Mario back down the middle. I have played a number of Mario Lemieux cards at center, and he is always the hardest card to defend for some reason. I think this year, the difference, because he's always a better winger than centerman, is the fact that his skating is not like next level compared to everyone else. Usually his skating is like among the highest in the game, and he's 6'4", 230, so you just throw him on the wing and you just blow by everyone down the boards. In this case, he's only 92 speed and excel. He's got a great shot, can get defensive boost, which gets his faceoffs up to 92. Silver unstoppable force. You can put total eclipse on him as well. It's just the fact that he's 6'4", 230. Like, there's no moving him. And every time I go up against him, when he's on center, he's just really hard to defend. So right now, I think he's among the best centermen in the game. On to left-handed wingers. This Jaromir Jagr card is not getting nearly enough love. He's 6'3", 230, sniper forward, and can get agile dangler boost or playmaker boost, which you're probably not going to activate. Gold elite edges and silver unstoppable force with 93 speed, 92 excel, and 90 agility, as well as his balance and endurance being 90 overall. He's 6'3", 230. His wrist shot can get up to 95. His hand stats are all in the mid-90s. Like, this Jaromir Jagr card is almost perfect in terms of left-handed winger. Next up among left-handed wingers, we've got Jack Hughes' X Factor, another card that if you go up against since the patch to gold wheels is just a nightmare. 95 speed, 99 agility, 96 excel. A wrist shot that is essentially maxed out. Has silver elite edges and unstoppable force. This one is one of the best X Factors, and in my opinion, is worth upgrading regardless if you're going to try and trade him in or anything like that. Even just continuing the cost to upgrade his X Factor throughout the year, he's going to remain one of the best cards until we get to the summer when all of the other gigantic players get 99 skating as well. All around, a mess to deal with because of that wheels update. Number 2, team builder Mike Modano. There's an argument for 1, which again is why I'm grouping them together more than giving them a firm ranking, because you can interchange any of these. But if you are able to get accelerator boost as well as speed boost activated, he is the fastest player in the game at 6'3", 212. Shots in the mid-90s, and he scores those low far side shots, picks the corners very well. His hand stats are all above 90, and defensively, he's fantastic as well. There's an argument to play him at center, but I think because he's so fast and that gold wheels update, he's just such an advantage down the wing. If you have not made a team builder yet, this is the one to make. And then lastly, X Factor Connor McDavid. Even at 90 overall, sniper forward, you can put shooting boost on him, which gets his shot even higher. He just skates different. He's got a custom stride, 95 speed and excel, gold wheels, silver unstoppable force. That's all you've got to worry about. His hand stats are fantastic. You mix it all together, in my opinion, the best left-handed winger in the game. On to right-handed wingers. If you can max out Jack Eichel, same thing as Connor McDavid. With that custom stride, there's just something different about these cards. Gold Elite edges, 92 speed, 91 excel, 90 agility. There's an argument that there is a lot of other good or equally as good right-handed wingers. For anyone that has not tried Eichel and you're just simply looking at stats, go give him a Hut Champs run or a week of Rivals and you will understand. There's just something different. You can play him at center as well if you max him out and get defensive boost. He's actually got a pretty good face-off rating, and he's 6'2", 207. In my opinion, one of the best right-handed wingers in the game. Next, we've got Nathan MacKinnon, and specifically, I like his milestone card more than his actual 91 overall live moments card, just because of abilities, and his skating doesn't improve. On his milestone card, throw sniper forward on him to get his shot up a little bit higher, and then you can go shooting boost as well, and you've got a wrist shot that's almost max. Combined with gold Heat Seeker. Heat Seeker activates far closer to the net than it had in prior games. It's nasty. Again, picking that low far side shot. Silver Elite edges, unstoppable force, and hey, if you want to mess around with 1T, it's really the only way to score one-timer goals. Much like Eichel, custom stride, Nathan MacKinnon cards are different. It took me a little while to get Shanahan going, but once you do, he is a force to be reckoned with. I've got sniper forward, shooting boost, as well as defensive boost activated on him, and it's his shot. He can pick the short side corner with ease. I just have on gold unstoppable force on him. That's really all you need at 6'3", 220 with 93 speed and excel, 90 body checking. Like, he's just really, really hard to deal with. After a slow start, become one of my favorite players. And don't ask me how, but EA gave us the best right-handed winger for free. This flashback Martin H's card is wild. 95 speed and excel, 94 agility, gold wheels, silver unstoppable force, and elite edges. He's got a great shot, hand stats. His only downfall is body checking and defense, but this guy's all gas. Using him so far in a few games online, it feels like Mike Modano's card when he first came out as a team builder. Just insanely fast. On to left-handed defenseman, we'll start first with the 91 Quinn Hughes, 5'10", 180. Obviously, the issue here is that his size is going to cause problems as the game goes along and other cards start to catch up in terms of his skating ability. But he's the fastest skater in the game at 96 speed, 96 acceleration, pre-synergies. Seeing Eye is fun. I don't know if I would activate it depending on how high he is in your lineup. Silver Elite Edges is also useful for sure because it activates without the puck. His hand stats are fantastic. Obviously, this is an all-offensive defenseman card, but if you use him correctly, it's just end-to-end. Then we've got the 90 team builder, Willie Mitchell, 6'3", 210. Been one of my favorite cards to use this year. 92 speed, 91 excel, 95 balance, and then it's his maxed out defensive stats. Also has 92 body checking, gold shutdown, and silver quick pick, which is a nasty combo. In my opinion, a top 3 left-handed defenseman still. And then rounding out the top 3 among left-handed defensemen, we've got the 90 Robin Regeer, 6'3", 222. You can really interchange Mitchell and Regeer, but if you can get speed boost activated, gets the speed up to 93, gold truculence, or silver shutdown, either one, at 99 body checking, 99 defensive awareness and stick checking. He's just a load to deal with. On to right-handed defenseman, we've got the 91 Cale Makar, his X-Factor card, just like Quinn Hughes, one of the fastest and best skaters in the entire game, at 96 speed, excel, and agility. Defensively, is a little bit better in terms of body checking, good defensive awareness at 94, and stick checking, gold elite edges. Is kind of tough to invest in your defenseman, but if you have it activated on him, like, you just stick on anyone. Heat Seeker and Seeing Eye are fun to use from the point. He's got a good shot. Again, if you just go end-to-end with Cale Makar, it's so easy to slice through everybody. Coming in at number 2 is the Holiday Edition Seth Jones at 89 overall, 6'4", 213 with two-way defenseman, as well as defensive boost, which would almost max out his defensive awareness and stick checking. Great body checking, good size. Gold quick pick is awesome. So is silver shutdown. 91 speed and excel. His slap shot is good, but his wrist shot isn't as good. And in all honesty, with the way total controls works, half the time you go for a one-timer, you end up catching and releasing anyway. So Slapshot as a whole is just almost a forgotten attribute for me online. Like, it sucks at the way that it is, but that's just what we've got. If you are not able to get Seth Jones because of the holiday pack and you went with someone else, then I would consider the 89 Noah Dobson. His speed and excel actually went up +2 from his 88 to his 89. Don't ask me how. Two-way defenseman gets it up to 94 defensive awareness. He's got 89 body checking. You can also put defensive boost on him, which maxes out his defensive awareness and stick checking. Speed's at 90, excel and speed. Has silver, quick pick, and seeing eye. Like, you're laughing. I don't know why they juiced this team of the week, Dobson. Maybe because they're like, all right, he's got 9 cards. Let's make this one really good. And then lastly, rounding out the top 3 right-handed defensemen is the 90 team builder Adrian Aucoin. He has felt exactly like Breezewad did at the start of the game. Just run silver truculence on him. That's all you need to. Maxed out defensive stats, 94 body checking, 92 speed, excel, and agility, with 95 endurance, which I think is overlooked. Just one of the best cards easily in the game. Lastly, I want to touch on goaltenders. They do not matter. And this year, they just aren't releasing a ton of top-tier options. I'll go first with this 86 Thatcher Demko with Gold Instincts. I think Instincts as well as Showstopper are the two abilities that if you are going to invest a lot in a goaltender, they need to have. But I've still been using the 86 Markstrom, and he's been great. So, again, goaltending does not matter at all. It's all based on how well you play defense, but those are some options for you. All right, that's going to do it for the rankings. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. And, guys, again, remember, any of these at each position could be interchanged. This year, they've done a pretty good job of keeping everything pretty close in terms of progression. There isn't a ton of just a few cards that are far and away better. So, let me know what you think. I'll see you next time.